All right, everybody, how we doing? It's AJ Torres of Calling Strikes, courtesy of Undrafted Sports, and we got a special one of MLB on Ice. I would have done it just this recent weekend, but unfortunately had some personal things that came up to play. So let's go around the horn here. We got Albert Pujols that got released, said he wanted to play every day. Now goes over to the Dodgers. I was wondering if it made sense or not. And my thought is, as an everyday player, no. But with the mentality he has of whenever I'm needed or whenever I'm called on, that can seriously work. It's going to be good for the Dodgers. I think it's going to be good for the fans. And my thought is Max Muncy, against lefties, put him Pujols, see what happens. I think he's going to try and end his career off with a bang. And I'm actually glad that he's going to get farewell. I knew it wasn't going to be in St. Louis. I knew it wasn't going to be as an Angel. But, hey, let's hope it works. Do I think he's going to get a ring? I don't know, but we already know that he's not complaining about rings. So, moving on. Here's one I told everybody on Twitter about this. And let's go with this. For anyone that has kids or anyone out there that's young, you a kid, you a teenager, you a young adult, the workforce, you want to get paid, you want the best force behind you, join the union. I'm not talking about the Carpenters Union. I'm not talking about the New York City Sanitation Department, although I've been trying, can't lie, whatevs. I'm talking about MLB. Think about it. You can be involved in a scandal, have no punishment. You could fully tear your ACL. You could break your neck, God forbid. You could tear your Achilles. Or in this case, what happened to a Braves pitcher at the worst possible time because of the injury bug and all the bad luck that's happened in Atlanta. Punch a wall with your pitching hand. Break your hand. But guess what? You're still getting paid 100% of the contract because that's how baseball works. I would love to be a part of that union, let me tell you. Speaking of injury bugs, oh my goodness. We got Michael Conforto and Jeff McNeil heading to the IL. And if you want to know the full list of injuries going on, we got Betances, Carrasco, DeGrom. We got Lugo, who just hit the 60-day. Syndergaard, of course, still on the 60-day. We got J.D. Davis, Luis Guillaume. We got McNeil now. We got Almora Jr., that was an awful collision. It really was. Conforto now. We got Jose Martinez on the 60. And on the 10-day DL still is Brandon Nimmo. That is a dreadful call for the Mets, but that's not only the New York team with the injury bug right now. Now, I've said this before, and I'm going to get real deep into it in a later segment, but Aaron Hicks has got a wrist issue. And in my opinion, I'm going to see if I can have somebody on to speak sports medicine, but I think for a baseball player, I think in any sport, the worst injury you could have is an Achilles tendon, because I don't even think Kobe Bryant came back from that, let's be honest. But outside of that, what's the worst injury for a baseball player? The wrist, because you could have that rehabbed or repaired any amount of times, but guess what? Hit that thing wrong, get hit in the hand, hit by a pitch, you foul the ball wrong, and you feel the sting that rattles you all the way up to your elbow. And there's a lot of times where it just can't be fixed, and it's just biting you for the rest of your career. Ask Mark Teixeira. And that was during a time where he almost had an MVP year because of this no-fun diet. And what happened? Fouled the ball off his shin, was on crutches, hit the IL, almost won MVP award. But almost doesn't count in baseball. Let's see. But going back to the Yankees, Giancarlo's hitting the IL, Hicks has hit the IL. I'm wondering how the outfield is going to work. As I said, I'll discuss it in our video. You'd be surprised on the options they have and the lack of options they have. The Yankees, not too long ago, were screaming about how good they were at depth. But the quality of the depth defensively, Not what it used to be, which is unlike recent years. And we're talking Stephen Drew being paid X amount of dollars just to play defense while batting 190 up behind at shortstop or second base, wherever he was called for. And that was the downfall of his career because of the qualifying offer. And sure enough, guys know I hate Scott Boras. That's why. So we're going west side back to the west side to top this off. I got two things. I'm going to see if I get Maddox back on because I think the Giants could potentially be the dark horse in the National League. If you look at the pitching, it's there. The hitting, I think, will come around. But it was just an amount of a couple of guys that you sleep on, needed to perform. And it was all about pitching. And the relief pitching, as I say, relief pitching doesn't come later. It has to start good. It could have a couple of bumps along the way, but it could end good. But if it starts bad, it doesn't just better with time. You tax the bullpen and they keep getting rocked, especially over a regular game season, not a 60-game season. And are the Oakland A's really that good? What is it? Look at all the talent that left. Look at all the guys they said they were going to sell off. They started out 1-7 in their first 8 games, 1-7. And everyone that said, oh, they're going to be terrible, well, terrible. But game number 9 starts a 13-game win streak, a doubleheader included in that. And right now, leading the AL West. Are they going to fall back down to earth? Well, we shall see. I mean, the hitting's been there. The pitching's been, can't complain about it. I mean, the pitching's been usually solid in Oakland. They just lost, a good closer. So, I mean, if I had to say what's going on, I got to say it comes down to the system and the coaching. The coaching of Bob Melvin has done a great job until it comes playoff time. But everybody knows that when it comes to the normal season and postseason, it's a big difference. Is it going to stay? Is it going to stick? And can Bob Melvin bring the Oakland A's to a playoff run? Get him to the next round. And also, speaking of which, there's been something in the new clause that hasn't been talked about. And it was experimented last year, and it hasn't been brought up now. But there is talk, and I'm going to reconfirm this later on a different episode. MLB is having the wild card matchup, a 3-game series. A lot of people are wondering, is it good for a do or die time? And I'm thinking, you know what? I really like the excitement of a do or die games. If you want to pull your starter in the 3rd inning and you want to put in another starter, go for it. You want to substitute these hitters and make it risky, make it suspenseful. You know what I mean? I'm all for it. Let's go. But to be fair on all sides as far as travel, preparation, the best guys available, and then as far as expanding the game, you know what? More baseball? No complaints on a run of the playoffs? And if you're the Oakland A's or if you're the Minnesota Twins, because the wild card round's been your enemy, you're licking your chaps right now. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's have some fun, and best luck to all. May the best team win. Who doesn't want it? So those are the main things I got right now. This is AJ Torres of Calling Strikes. This is MLB On Ice. More times to come. And have a good one. Catch you later. See ya.